Dear second secondary students, it's my pleasure to welcome you all to a new lesson of English which is entitled What a Performance. Definitions. Number 1. Action films. It's a noun. It means films that have a lot of exciting scenes. For example, the action films are full of adventures. Number 2. Comedy films. It's a noun. It means films that make people laugh. For example, I like the comedy films, it makes me laugh. Number 3. Animation movies. It's a noun. It means movies that have pictures, clay, and models. For example, the animation films have a lot of pictures to attract children. Number 4. Historical films. It's a noun. It means films that describe events in the past. For example, the historical films tell us more information about the past events. Number 5. Fiction films. It's a noun. Means films about stories in the past. For example, The Matrix is one of the famous fiction films. Number 6. Horror films. It's a noun. Means films that express feelings of fear. For example, the kids feel scared when they see horror films. Now complete the sentences with these words: action, animation, comedy, historical, horror, musical, romantic, and science fiction. Number 1. In this space film, 2 young bears get lost on a mountain. Will they be found? The answer: in this animation film. Number 2. It was so funny when the 2 men thought the man's house was a hotel. I love space films. The answer: comedy films. Number 3. In this clever space film, a spaceship arrives at a giant planet far from Earth. The answer: science fiction film. Number 4. My sister loves this space film about a man and a wife remembering the time when they first met. The answer: romantic film. Number 5. The problem with space films like the one is that you want to sing the same songs for days afterwards. The answer: musical. Number 6. This is a great space film. The police think the wrong man stole from a bank, and he has to leave the country using lots of different ways to travel. The answer will be action film. Number 7. This beautiful space film is about the 2 daughters of a king who both want to rule over a small country in the 14th century. The answer will be historical. Number 8. The most frightening part of this space film was when the children couldn't escape from that dark castle on a hill. The answer will be horror film. Now listen to the following passage, then answer the questions. Adil, tonight I'm talking to a film critic Salim about the films he has seen recently. Salim, hi Adil. Adil, you have been a film critic for many years, so I guess you love watching films, don't you? Salim, I do, and there are some great ones out there. You are a fan of action films, aren't you? Adil, have you seen any good ones recently? Salim, Black Panther. I enjoyed it, but it had mixed reviews. The special effects and the fight scenes were significant, but the dialogue was difficult to follow at times, which was a pity. The best film I have seen lately was the award-winning Hidden Figures. I don't often watch historical movies, but this one is brilliant. It is the true story of black female mathematician working at NASA in the 1960s and how hard they had to work to prove themselves. Adel, they both sound good. Any others? Salim, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. This is another true story. It is about Fred Rogers, an American children's TV presenter and a journalist. It is a story of kindness and has wonderfully positive message. Adel, Tom Hanks was in that, wasn't he? Salim, yes, and as you know, I am a big Tom Hanks fan. He is a marvelous actor, and his films are so different. He has done comedy, animation, and action. Adel, very true. So, when you aren't working, what kind of film would you choose to watch? Salim, well, believe it or not, I love musicals. You thought I would say action or science fiction, didn't you? Adel, I did, yes, but why not? I mean, I love horror films. Salim, really? Now choose the correct word or phrase to complete the sentences. Number 1. The interviewer likes action or animation films. The answer, action films. Number 2. Black Panther was or wasn't liked by everyone. The answer will be wasn't. Number 3. Salim rarely watches films about history or true life. The answer, history life. Number 4. 2 or 3 of the films Salim mentions are true stories. The answer, 2. Number 5. Salim says that Tom Hanks makes marvelous or different films. The answer will be marvelous. Number 6. Salim thinks the interviewer's choice of film is surprising or not surprising. The answer is surprising. Our lesson today is about tag questions. A tag question is a short phrase at the end of the statement that turns it into a question. A positive statement has a negative tag, and a negative statement has a positive tag. We make tag questions with auxiliaries. Examples. Number 1. You like horror films, don't you? Here we have the tag question is don't you. Number 2. She hasn't got a brother, has she? The tag question has she. Number 3. They should start now, shouldn't they? The tag question, shouldn't they? It's the last part of the sentence. Now we have some examples about a tag question. The first one, I am a student. The tag question will be, aren't I? John isn't a teacher. The tag question will be, is he? Because here we have negative statement, so the tag question will be positive statement. Is he? The next one, she loves ice cream. Doesn't she? Here in the tag question we use doesn't she because we have present simple tense. So the auxiliary will be doesn't. It will be negative. The next one, she has been to Spain. Hasn't she? The tense that we have in the statement is present perfect. So in the tag question we use has, the auxiliary verb of the present perfect. It will be negative, hasn't she? because the statement is positive. The next one, they play tennis. Didn't they? In the statement here, the tense is past simple. So we are going to use the auxiliary didn't in the tag question. You weren't sleeping. Were you? We have here the tense past progressive. So the tag question will be where. They had gone out. Hadn't they? The tense here in the statement is past perfect. So we use in the tag question the auxiliary verb hadn't. Hadn't they? You will help me, won't you? We have will in the statement. It will be won't in the tag question. Mary can't swim. Can she? In the statement we have can't. It will be can she in the tag question. Let's go to the cinema. Shall we? Now complete the sentences with the correct question tag. Ferris, that was a fantastic film. The question tag will be, wasn't it? Munir, it was okay, but the story wasn't straightforward to believe. The question tag will be, wasn't it? Ferris, that's not true. You read that review about the film online. The answer, didn't you? Munir, yes, the review said the film used scientific facts, but you can't go back in the time. The answer, can you? Ferris, not yet, but it's easy to imagine what it would be like. The answer, isn't it? Munir, perhaps you are right. You have always liked films like that more than me. The answer, haven't you? Ferris, that's true. Okay, next time you can choose the films. Now we have come to the end of this lesson. Thank you and see you later in the next lesson.